Hail. Yes! Hello fighters, Rusmero here, and today we're going to be opening a box of Phantom Dragon Aeon. So in this 10th main booster in the Vanguard V Series, as you guys can see from the pack art, of course, the main featured clan is Shadow Paladin, on top of getting Kazuma's Shadow Paladin cards from the G Series, including Dragheart and Dragdriver Luard. We're also getting, finally, a V version of Phantom Blaster Overlord. So I definitely wouldn't mind pulling either of those as my VR, which would be pretty epic. Now let's see if we're... Dude, seriously, I'm not sure if I can really call this being lucky or unlucky or not, but alright, it looks like our VR for this box is going to be Dragheart Luard. Very nice. So there we have a Kazuma's avatar from the Vanguard G series. On V, once per turn, retire 2 of your Grade 1 rear guards, draw 1 card and retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards. And second ability, also on V, once per turn, cost Counterblast 3, but the cost of this skill is reduced by 1 Counterblast for each Grade 1 card in your drop zone, which means the moment you have 3 Grade 1 cards in your drop zone, it's essentially a free cast. Return 2 normal units from your drop zone to your deck, then search your deck for 1 copy of Dragdriver Luard, write it as stand, but at the end of this turn, write 1 Dragheart Luard from your soul as rest. So very cool. I love how it still remains faithful to the G series by having a sort of pseudo stride ability, but while still keeping it very unique by having a slightly different pseudo stride mechanic from the V series Gear Chronicle archetype, which is, I just really love to see this sort of throwbacks and a homage sort of thing. And other than that, his effects are very well, what we have here is a new kind of marker card. It's actually a cradle marker. It's kind of like an insect cocoon, and it is used in conjunction with the new Megacolony mechanic with Gredora and Gredora Darkface. And right after that, we're getting some Megacolony rares as well. And immediately after that, we are also getting Darkface as a Megacolony double rare. When placed on V or R, discard 1 card, place a cradle marker on one of your opponent's rear guards that currently does not have a cradle marker. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with this new mechanic, essentially a cradle is similar to being locked. It causes a unit to lose its skills and abilities while reducing its power to 0, so it's essentially useless. And when a cradled unit is retired, it essentially hatches into a unit for you, in the form of letting you search your deck for a unit that's the same grade as the cradled unit and adding it to your hand. And on VNR, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, cost Counterblast 1, retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards with a cradle marker on it, and for each of that unit's grades, during this battle, this unit gets power plus 5k. So, when placed, forcing the opponent to basically have a cocoon on their field, then when attacking the Vanguard, forcing that unit to basically retire, hatching the cradle, giving you an additional card advantage in your hand, while also giving a power boost to Darkface. That is a very interesting combo to me. But unfortunately, even though I really love insectoid creatures, that kind of whole concept, and I've always been a very big fan of Megacolony, I'm honestly not too big on the Megacolony deck in this set, just for the reason that the VR is Gredora, and I honestly don't really like a Gredora design-wise. So I say that following Shadow Paladin, the other clan that I'm looking at the most in this set would be Tachikaze. Okay, because, well, I've always loved both Tachikaze and Megacolony as a pair, but they always come as a trio together with Spike Brothers, and for Spike Brothers, I'm not too big on that one. Honestly, there are some clans that I'm not interested in, but Spike Brothers is seriously the one at the bottom of the list. If you don't count Bermuda Triangle, because I don't even count Bermuda Triangle in that at all. And yeah, going back to what I was mentioning about Luard, the deck revolves around making use of Grade 1s, just like the original Luard deck, so that is very nice as well. It retains its original mechanic. So, I think this is a new heal trigger for Tachikaze. Very cute, very cool. Just love to see new basic cards, cause I mean, I get that we don't necessarily need new versions of these cards, but it's still nice to have more options, I feel, because then everyone can have a bit more customizability to your deck. even though you're using the same ratios of like triggers as someone else, maybe you can kind of like differentiate your deck by using the triggers of units that you prefer seeing compared to your opponent. And wow, that was just 3 packs in a row without any foils. Very interesting. Pretty exciting. So far we've got 1 VR and 1 double rare. Well, since we got a Luard as our VR, I'm hoping we managed to pull the Dragdriver as one of our triple rares as well, because that will be a pretty nice set, although I'm not really planning on building any more decks in the Vanguard V Series at this point. Oh, I think I know what this is, and that is a really cool looking insect if I say so myself. Now this is a triple rare for Megacolony and most likely they are grade 3 searcher. Yup, this is the new star mutant Little Dorcas, and when placed on V or R from the hand, you can basically search the top 5 cards of your deck for a grade 3, and if you added one, then you have to discard 1 card. And for its power boost skill on V or R, during your turn this unit gets power plus 5k if your opponent has no units at stand, which is the old school Megacolony mechanic that I like very, very much. Okay, now let's see what we get in our next pack. Okay, this one is... I don't know how many of you guys are like familiar with the manga or anime Terraformers. For me, I'm kind of into it, the manga, and this one kind of reminds me of the Terraformers cockroaches just a bit. Okay, and this is why I don't like Spike Brothers. Okay, whoa! Whoa, yo, what is this? Now, this is why I love Tachikaze. This is why I love Tachikaze, for badass dinosaurs just like this. Now, this is the true ancient dragon, Vareltops. When placed on V or R, if you have a Vanguard with Ancient Dragon in its name, cost Counterblast 1 to draw 1 card, and during this turn, this unit gets power plus 5k. Wait a minute. I know the Tachikaze VR in this set is Gaia Emperor, which is someone that I'm not very familiar with because it's like, it was a G series Tachikaze unit and I wasn't really playing Vanguard during G. But you're telling me there is some kind of ancient dragon archetype in this set for Tachikaze? Dude, I am so... That just blows me away, because Ancient Dragon is like during the Limit Break era of Vanguard, one of the times when I was the most hyped and into Tachikaze. Oh my god, yes, I just looked them up real quick, like Spino Driver and Tyranno Legend. Dude, those were like my old partners, my old avatars during that generation, man. Oh my god, it's bringing back so many memories. Wait a minute, I didn't even read its second effect. On VNR, once per turn, if your drive check reveals a front trigger, you may give this unit +1 critical. Hey, I like how offensive that is, but honestly, as a whole, like, I can't really say it's that good of a card because, I don't know, it just doesn't feed into the mechanics of Tachikaze, like the equip gauge or like retiring units to gain a power boost. It just seems to be like a completely solo card in that sense, which isn't very strong. Okay, and now looks like we've got another pack without much. The Shadow Paladin triggers is like, I have seen them so many times at this point already, simply because like it's one of the clans that has been reprinted so many times in the V series. Compared to like the more obscure clans like the ones we're seeing today, the Violence Trio, or as I like to call them, Megacolony, Spike Brothers as... Oh wait, I know this guy! Drag Wizard Liafal, and I definitely remember him from the G era. When placed on V or R, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1, call it to one of your rearguard circles that is empty, and then shuffle your deck. So very simple, yet very strong support for the Luard deck, where it's going to be really important that you gather all of your grade 1 rearguards, okay? So with that, we are done with the very first deck. Let's carry on. Our triple rares, we still have 2 slots available, so that's 2 more chances to get the Dragdriver Luard. In my previous set, I got Yasue as both my VR and Yasue Tenma as the triple R as well, so I'm hoping we'll be able to have a repeat of that with both the VR and triple R being some kind of link. Okay, alright, nothing in this pack. I don't know why, like, the dinosaurs in this pack are looking really good, but the insects, not so much. Like, yeah, compared to like the previous set where there was like Cyclomatooth, and man, those insects in the previous Megacolony booster were just insane. I played the deck so much, man. Oh, this one's not too shabby though, as a grade 3. Oh right, this is that new order card. Solidal Bangle, cost Put one grade 2 or lower card from your hand into the soul, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal one of them, add them to your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So a pretty interesting kind of search order card that I think will go very well with like soul-based decks like Dark Irregulars, Pale... Yes! Dragdriver! On V, during your turn, for each of your grade 1 rear guards, this unit gets power plus 5k, and if you have 2 or more grade 3s in your soul, on top of that, all of your grade 1 rear guards have their original critical changed to 2. Dude! And when placed on V, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck for grade 1 cards up to the number of Luard cards you have in your soul, plus 1, call them to your rear guard and shuffle your deck. So if you have no Luards in your soul, which is pretty unthinkable, if you're already into Dragdriver, you get one search essentially, and if you have one Dragheart Luard in your soul beneath Dragdriver, then you get 1 plus 1, 2 searches. There is a lot of internal synergy within this card, as well as together with Dragheart and the entire deck as a whole, honestly, all the different cards interacting with their different effects. Now, it would just honestly be great if we can pull as a Morfessa as well to kind of add to this core set of like Kazuma cards, because that would be really nice to see. Man, that was pretty epic. Okay, ooh, wait a minute. Machining Cybistar? Okay, I guess that's a kind of insect that I'm not too familiar with, but always nice to see more machinings. They are one of the Megacolony archetypes I'm pretty hyped about. Whoa. Okay, I'll give it to Spike Brothers for this one. This one looks pretty cool. Like I almost mistook it for like a Nova Grappler. Okay, so it looks like here's our final triple rare, and unfortunately it's gonna be for Spike Brothers, and oh yeah, it's definitely the grade 3 searcher. And on VNR, if during this turn you called a rear guard using the effects of one of your cards, this unit gets power plus 5k. And other than that, it's the same old grade 3 searching ability that you guys should be familiar with. Now what I find very interesting about that effect is that it actually didn't have a during your turn restriction. Like, so if you use one of your card effects to call a rear guard during your opponent's turn, it will also get the power, this card will also get the power boost as well, which, I mean, that probably won't be very useful, but like maybe it'll help it to like resist attacks from a grade 2. Now what I really like about the whole Luard deck in this set is that it makes playing the grade 1 Shadow Paladin game much more viable compared to like Claret Sword Dragon. Scissor Shot Mutant, Bomb Scissors, and this is essentially the 30k guard Sentinel critical trigger for Megacolony. But yes, like, while I love Claret Sword Dragon as a card, the V Series retrain was just like, I mean, I love the restanding effect of course, and I like how it tried to like tap into like the G era Shadow Paladin's use of like grade 1 cards, but then it just didn't come off as like very strong. It just kind of like treated grade 1s as like a fodder to initiate the card effect, which was like, I don't know, like, not very appealing to me. But here, with Luard, with its effect to give all of your grade 1s a new original critical of 2, that really makes it like legit, you know, to have a full grade 1 field and really attack with them. So no a foil in this pack either, but here's a pretty cool looking Megacolony card. The Destructive Spear Mutant, Dove Speed. Of course, it's just a rare, it's not that powerful. It basically mills the top 2 cards of the opponent's deck while attacking, and if there is a grade 2 or higher card from among them, then your opponent must call, whenever your opponent calls a card to the Guardian Circle for that battle, they must call 2 or more at once, so they can't just Kanzen. And sorry, the condition was that it has to be grade 1 or higher, not grade 2 or higher. Okay, grade 1 higher makes it a bit more fair, because that's a bit more easier to achieve. Oh, what is this cool ass card now? So it seems to be another true Ancient Dragon Terra feed, and I don't know, maybe they just skipped all the Ancient Dragons that I'm familiar with and just went into these true Ancient Dragons that I think might be from the G era, if they are not completely new of course. And it seems like this one has that effect where if your drive check receives a front trigger, it can increase its critical as well. So all these true ancient dragons might have the same effect, and its other effect, just like when its attack hits, it allows you to search for another ancient What? What? Okay, so it looks like this is going to be a double VR box. Of course, I don't mind that at all. And here we have Darkface Gredora. I mean, while pulling a second VR is cool and great and all, it would have been so much more epic. Like, just imagine this moment and I suddenly pull Phantom Blaster Overlord to go with like Dragheart Luard and Dragdriver Luard. That would be like the best. On V, once per turn, counterblast 1, you can put cradle markers on up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards that are not already cradled. On V, when this unit attacks, cost retire a rear guard, and this does not specify whether it's yours or your opponent's, so I'm assuming you can forcefully retire your opponent's cradled rear guards with this effect. Search your deck for a grade 3, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck, and if you call the card this way, during this turn, both this unit and that unit get power plus 10k. Very nice. So I'm just gonna shift the current foils I have over here just to fit Darkface Gredora over here on the right next to Darkface. Now that effect has so much synergy with Darkface because you'll notice that Gredora skills only activate when she's on V, but Darkface activate on both V and R. So first you get a Gredora down, then you apply those cradle markers, you forcefully retire them, search your deck for Darkface, get him out as one of your front row rear guards, and then using him, you can advance your cradle strategy even more. So that is pretty damn sick. And just to end off, it looks like we are getting the 30k critical trigger guardian for Shadow Paladin Belial Owl. Now if I'm not wrong, this card is from the G era as well, so it's pretty nice to see him come back. And that would be our final card for this box. And I guess I don't need to show you guys these anymore, but we got one of each a gift marker, the double-sided kind. It's honestly been quite a while since we actually got one of each. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. Let me know what you guys think about these new cards in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Vanguard V Series, booster box and product openings on the day of release. Our next release is next month, September 25th, with the next booster, Storm of Blue Cavalry. In it, we're getting Nubatama, Nova Force, Aqua Force, and Great Nature. So we're finally seeing high base cards from the G series, and I'm thinking and hoping that we might see some of Kamui's cards from G series as well. With that, hope to see you guys in the next Vanguard video. Wake up call, look ahead and step towards the light, shining so unwavering and bright. Meet all your foes head on and play hard.